Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, To Your Taste. Today I'm going to make my version of chicken Alfredo. I have about 2 handfuls of spinach, a whole mushroom, the brown one, poblano mushroom. I have chicken breast, 1.5 chicken breasts, thinly sliced, and I season it with Cajun seasoning, my Creole seasoning here, Zacharan's, pepper and garlic, a pound of pasta. I'm using a 3-color pasta. You can use any pasta that you have on hand. 2 cups of heavy whipping cream. I am using Better Than Bouillon roasted chicken base. Then I have the garlic and parmesan and basil butter. You can get this in your deli section of your grocery store. My peppers and Parmesan cheese. Okay, so now I have my deep cast iron skillet. This is what I'm going to make the Alfredo sauce in and combine my pasta into it. So I have my chicken breast. I'm going to sear these in my pan. And in this pan I added 1 tablespoon of olive oil. And then also, with my chicken marinade, I forgot to say that I also put about a tablespoon of olive oil in with the chicken. So in the chicken, this is 1.5 chicken breast, seasoned with Cajun seasoning, garlic and pepper. I marinated in my refrigerator for about 4 hours. You can do it for 4 hours up to overnight. And since it's real thinly sliced, you do not have to cook this for too long. So depending on the thickness of your chicken breast and how you cut it would determine how long you would cook it for. So, okay, so I have my fire on medium heat. Let me turn these. And you see how fast they're cooking? And that's why usually when I make chicken parmesan, I always cut my chicken into thin slices. And actually the chicken is more tender this way. And it cooks faster. Okay, let's turn it over. You see how this one is? When it gets to that point, that's when you know you need to turn it over. Okay. I have some smaller pieces here. So, when I'm flipping these, I'll finish flipping these over. I am going to add, I have my pasta water over here, about to boil, so I'm going ahead and add my pasta. So when you cook it this way, it's faster. Go ahead, while you're getting your sauce together, go ahead and have your pasta water ready so you can add it to it. And then okay, so again, I'm adding my tri-colored pasta. I got these from Aldi. Put it in there. And stir it. So in the pasta, I have the water and I sprinkle some salt on the bottom to help it cook. Okay, so the chicken is looking nice. Look at this. Is that pretty? Oh, I have to grab it again. So it's nice and brown, and I'm going to go ahead and remove this from the pan. I'm going to turn my fire off. Let me get the chicken in here. Okay, and so what I'm going to do after I take the chicken out, I'm going to put my mushrooms in here and let them soften, and then take them out. And then for my pasta, I just want it to be al dente. Okay, so I got the chicken out. Turn my fire back on, and I'm going to put in, I'm going to put in my mushrooms. Okay, so you just want to get your mushrooms to be softened, that's all. So I think I'm going to need to put a little bit more olive oil. You see half the pan is not right. Half the pan is dry. I just dropped my cap. So a little bit in there, about a tablespoon. Okay. Now let's see. Turn my fire down. And you want to just mix this up. And again, I'm just softening the mushrooms. I don't want to overcook them, and I want them to be tough or rubbery. And then for this should be taking about 5 to 7 minutes for my pasta. Back here I have my broccoli. Turn that on. Turn this on. Okay. Alright, so my mushrooms are done. I'm going to turn my fire off. They're perfect. And let me just put them in the same dish as my chicken. And since that is done, now all I have to do is work on my sauce. So depending on how much pasta you use is how much butter you will use. You can use just regular salted butter. You do not have to use the one from the deli if you don't want to. Like I said, it's whatever you have in your house. Okay, so we got that done. Look how good that looks. All right. So now I'm going to use my butter. So since I am using a pound of pasta, I am going to use the whole 4 ounces of butter to make my sauce. Actually, you know, I may start off with 2 to see. That actually is a lot. I'm looking at it. Turn it back on. So that's 2 ounces, that's half of this. And I want to see how this looks. So as that's melting, I'm going to add in my peppers. And again, for the new ones, these are peppers from my garden from last year. From last year's harvest. So the harvest was pretty big, so we were able to freeze them. Okay. And then so I'm ready for that to melt down. I'm going to add my chicken bouillon. Okay, so I am going to stick with 2 ounces of that butter. And I'm going to add a tablespoon of the better than bouillon. And this actually will flavor your sauce very well. And I use the jar bouillon that you can find. I use it for my stocks, if I make chicken or any soup that I make, I should say, and my sauces. My chicken Alfredo sauce, sometimes my spaghetti sauce, if I'm making chicken spaghetti. Okay, so that's looking nice. Now I'm going to get my heavy whipping cream. I'm going to pour it in here. So you want to start off nice and slow. Add it. Mix it all together. I'm going to add a little bit more. And this is like just however much you add. So like that. So this is 32 ounces. So I didn't quite use half of it, which would be 16. A little bit more. Okay, now I am going to season my Alfredo sauce. But let me check on my pasta. Looks like it's done. Yes, it is. So I'm going to drain off this pasta, set it aside, and I'm going to continue. Okay, so I drained off my pasta, and now I'm going to season my sauce. I'm going to add a little bit of the Creole seasoning. Some white pepper. A little bit of Italian seasoning. And I turn my fire to in between medium, about a little, kind of close to low. And then garlic powder. Alright. So I'm going to stir to combine this. And then I am going to add my Parmesan cheese. Okay. Alright, so let me get my cheese. So if you use Parmesan cheese, if you're not going to shred it yourself, make sure that you make sure that you only add a little bit at a time. Let me cut this down a little because it's really boiling. Put a little bit at a time to ensure that the cheese is melting. You do not want clumps of cheese in your sauce. Now I know this is not the normal way to make Parmesan or Alfredo sauce, but this is the way I do it, and it comes out really well. It comes out really good. Okay, so get your cheese, and you add, sprinkle some in there. I'll just put some on the floor, sprinkle some, and then you just stir your sauce. And you ensure that this is melting, that it melts before you add any more. And like again I said, you want to add a little bit at a time. You do not want your cheese to clump up. If you add the whole thing in here, it will clump. So I'm going to stir this. Okay, so the cheese that I put into the sauce is melted. So I'm just going to add another, like about a handful. Now if you like a lot of Parmesan cheese, you can put more in there. You could put the whole thing, but I like mine just right. You do not want to put a lot of cheese in here. Scrape it on the side on the pan. Okay, so now I'm done with the cheese. I'm going to add my spinach. And that was 2 handfuls of spinach that I had. So just till it's wilted. I don't want to cook it. Okay. And I'm going to grab my pasta so I can put it in there as well. Okay, so I had my pasta to the side, draining. So I'm going to add this to my sauce. Look at that. And it's just right amount of sauce. So I may just add a little bit more of the Alfredo, not Alfredo sauce, I'm sorry, the cream to it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna add a little bit more to this. But just enough so that it would coat all of the pasta. I do not want to add too much to it because then I would have to start over again with the Parmesan cheese. So I'm going to just put a little bit in here. And then also, I'm going to show you what else I put in here. Just a little bit of that. And chicken broth. I do add this to my Alfredo. Actually, you know what? I'm going to turn this off because it's done. Okay. Let's see, about 2 tablespoons of that. And that's going to add some nice flavor to it as well. So this is how I make chicken Alfredo. So I'm going to stir this up a little bit. I'm going to get my chicken and my mushrooms right here and add them to my dish. With all the nice chicken juices. Okay. Stir it together. Look how good that looks. With the mushrooms, the chicken, the spinach in here. Look at that. Okay, so my chicken Alfredo is done. It's nice and creamy. And I'm going to turn my broccoli off because this is done as well. Oh, what am I doing? Okay, so I'm going to plate it up. Put it on here. Should have got a different spoon. Okay. So we got the, look how pretty that is. Alright, and then I'm going to add my broccoli to the side. Alright. Okay, so now you have a delicious dish of chicken Alfredo with the chicken, the spinach, mushrooms, the tricolored pasta, broccoli, and you can also add in dill. Now, don't knock it till you try it. If you put dill on your chicken Alfredo, it is really good. It's not overpowering. It's really, really good. I'm telling you, try it. To put some fresh dill on your pasta. Okay, look at that. All right. Okay, so look how delicious that looks. Thank y'all for coming to my channel, To Your Taste. Thank you to the new subscribers and the people who are going to subscribe. Please like and subscribe to the video and make a comment about what you think about the dish that I cooked. Have a good night.